main role. A monocyte is only present in a chronic infection. There is another leukocyte that always pops up.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is. That is its main role. It's always present. The monocyte, yes, but it's not patrolling like the neutrophil. It's like the lazy person that sits in a desk and waits to be asked. But a neutrophil is like the child everyone wants. Just goes and does all their jobs without being asked. Which leukocyte's main role is to attack endoparasitic worms? At this moment, I'm having an allergic reaction. I need to take Benadryl. Which leukocyte does this tell it to like chill out a little bit? Basophils, good. We'll talk about that further when we talk about allergies on Thursday. Which leukocyte is present in highest amounts in your body? Which is the highest, which is the lowest? Which is the highest? Neutrophils. Which is the lowest? Basophils. What? No, this is, no. You can turn this in at the end. But from a showing of thumbs, how well would it, if that was like a pop quiz, do you think you would have done on that? Somewhat okay, somewhat fine.
What was number 2? What was number 2?
Which leukocyte's main role is to attack endoparasitic worms? Eosinophils.
Oh. What's number 4 again?
Neutrophil, basophil.
Allergic reaction is a basophil. A basophil responds to those allergic
No, you
reactions.
said number 4, the highest number.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Neutrophil and that.
Yes, never let monkeys eat bananas. The end, neutrophils. The bananas, the basophils. Those will 100% be your Monday questions. Yes, Zach?
What's the lowest again?
Basophils.
What's the highest again?
I only repeat myself 10 times, child.
What was, well, wait, what was number 2?
Okay, we're done. Okay, here we go. Oh. All right, platelets. Okay, if you look here at this slide, okay, platelets are crucial in blood clotting. Very, very crucial in blood clotting, okay? In fact, and so is vitamin K. If you don't have enough vitamin K in your body's gonna have a hard time clotting your blood because it's the enzyme that calls in the help, right? But so here we have, but that was a random comment. I'm not gonna quiz you on that. Okay. Ow, I cut myself. Ah, I'm so sad. Okay, and all of a sudden, but if I like watch it instead of just, take care of it, I'm just like, oh, I'm interested. And I like zoom in with a microscope. And if it was a really sweet microscope, right, I'd be able to see that all of a sudden at the cut area, one, neutrophils are kind of looking around, right? There's a little bit of swelling, but also there are sticky things, right? Platelets that stick and they start to cube together and there's stickiness, and then when a red blood cell travels by, it's stuck. It's stuck, caught, cut. It's there. And when another one goes by, it also gets caught, and it also gets there, and it also gets there, and eventually you have this clot, okay? Platelets are those sticky things, okay? There's other stuff too, obviously, that we're not gonna go into, okay? But that is their main role, and in the scientific world, they are called thrombocytes, okay? Thrombocytes. And when looking through at the slide, you can see these tiny little platelets, okay? Their main role, again, is blood clotting, and they come from a megakaryocyte, but I will not be asking you that question, okay? Just know that their main role is to blood clot, and that they are called thrombocytes, and it's not even on here, so that's awesome, right? But I think it was on your page 1. All right, here we go. Blood type. Here we go. All right, so there is something. Oh, I probably shouldn't do blue. Let's do red. Okay, let's talk about your red blood cell here. Okay? Okay, here's your red blood cell. Wow, I'm such a good jar. Okay, here's your red blood cell. On the outside of cells, this is on the outside of bacteria, okay? This is on the outside of every cell. Lots of cells have things called antigens. An antigen is literally just like, it plays no role except for cell recognition. What the cell is like, it's kind of like my hair. It's just what it looks like, right? It's just an antigen, okay? And there are different antigens on lots of different cells, but on red blood cells, there are only 2 different types of antigens, okay? There's an antigen that could be called an antigen A, and there's an antigen, what shape do they use? Ooh, triangles, that looks great. And there's an antigen, ooh, it's like a sunshine, okay? Called an antigen B. Please don't think that these figures have anything to do with the look of it. This is just to show you, okay? So, here we go. If I was to take Jasmine's blood right now, okay? And if I was to look at it, and we took her blood type, and we saw only A antigens on the outside of her red blood cell, I would tell her, hey, you have blood type A. You are type A. But then if I was to look at Zach's over here, and I saw that he only has B antigens, I'd be like, hey, Zach, your blood type is B. But then let's say we look at Jackson here, and we see that he has both, okay? And we're like, hey, Jackson, you're type AB, okay? And then we go look over here, and we look at, and we look at Helen's here, okay? We look at Helen's blood, and we see that, oh, she's sad and alone. She's got no antigens. We're like, you are type 0 or type O. However, that is a very ideal type of blood. Now, this matters. Ready to hear why? Ready for it. Because you have certain soldiers in your body. Okay, they look like this. They don't really actually look like this. But they are called antibodies. They are literally soldiering around in your body. We'll talk about them more on Thursday, but they are searching your blood for anything they don't recognize. All right? Since Jackson was born with type AB blood, okay, his antibodies will recognize any cell, any red blood cell that enters his body that has a B or a type A antigen, okay? So say Jackson is on his deathbed and he needs a blood transfusion, okay? We can give him, since he's type AB, we can give him type B blood because his antibodies will not be against that. We can give him type A blood, so he can take anyone. Anyone can donate blood to save Jackson's life. He can even take type 0, type O, because there's nothing on the outside, and so they're fine with that. Like, they're fine with nothing, right? Okay? But however, let's say, I don't remember whose blood type I assigned to who, okay? Let's say now we're going to look at the white blood cells of Zach, okay? And remember, we're going to say Zach is type A. So his body only knows these antigens right here, okay? He only knows type A. So when his soldiers are patrolling everywhere around, if Zach was on his deathbed and we did a blood transfusion of someone with type B blood, and all of a sudden all these cells popped in that looked like this, these guys would flip and they would immediately kill every single red blood cell that popped in like this. In other words, he could possibly die, okay? Because it goes into attack mode. It would call in neutrophils. So it would call in monocytes and all these different things that we're going to talk about, natural killer cells. It will call in, it will start to do all these roles that we'll talk about it on Thursday. They will start to attack every bit of this. So Zach can only have what his antibodies have recognized, but they know this, okay? Now, who did I give type O to? I don't remember. Someone in this class has type O blood, okay? And they are on their deathbed, and we need to do it. Can I give them type A? No. Can I give them type B? No. The only type of blood they can have is type O. Because their antibodies don't know antigens. They don't understand them. They don't know an antigen. In fact, antigens, right? No, that's Thursday. Don't get confused. Don't confuse the more. Okay, never mind. We'll talk about it further. So an antigen, remember, is a recognizing factor on the outside, type O. Okay? But however, say type A person, say this person's on their deathbed and they need a blood transfusion. Can I give them O?
Yes.
Yes. What about type B? Can I give them O?
Yes.
Yes, I can give O. So type O blood this is called the universal donor. Okay, if you have type O blood, like everyone loves you and everyone needs you. And if they're asking for people to donate blood and you know you're type O, like you will save people's lives with your blood. Okay? But now type AB, right? Type AB, this is the universal receiver. It can receive O, A, and B. So if you're on your deathbed and you take type AB, sweet, you're gonna live because they're definitely gonna have blood ready to give to you. Okay? Universal receiver. Okay? Now there's one more part to this. Okay? One more part to this, and then I'm going to show you your assignment that we can work on. Yeah, we already talked about this. Skippy. I mean, if you have the PowerPoint, if you want to understand this more, right? O blood, right? It can take O, it can't take AB or AB. A blood can take O and A, it can't take B and AB, yada, yada, yada. Okay? So, so here, on Friday, we are going to be testing blood. Okay. It's not real blood, so you don't pass out, okay? But we're going to be having, you're going to be a murder victim case thing, right? All these people were murdered. We love murder in the lab, right? Right? We've dug up bones from people before. But this time you're going to be taking people's blood, and if it clumps, you see how it clumps like this? Antibodies, they clump together red blood cells and they hold it. That way a little neutrophil or a macrophage can come and just eat it and destroy it, okay? So if it clumps, then that means that that antigen is present. So it would be a type A, right? So if I'm going to put an antibody, a serum, okay? If I'm going to put an anti-A serum, so it's only looking for A antigens. So here, it did not find an A antigen, right? So because this is B. Here, it found an A antigen. We can tell because it clumped, okay? The antibodies did not clump here. They didn't clump it because they didn't find it. Got it? I'll be re-talking about this again a little bit on Thursday, but yeah. Here, B, right? The anti-B serum was here. Obviously, since this is just the anti-A antigen, it wasn't found. Okay? Last part here is RH. So there's something called RH. This is where the negative and the plus. This is the other antigen. I said there were two. I lied to you. I didn't want to confuse you in the beginning. There's actually three. Okay? There's three antigens. Okay? The other antigen is RH. I'm not going to pronounce the word for you because you know how good I do at that. Okay? All right. So here we have minus or plus. Plus means it's present. So we're going to say the RH is a star because my name is Starly and we're just in the mood to talk about me today. There we go. Okay, we're going to say that it's this, okay? So this is a type A plus. But note, the RH antigen is missing here. Type AB minus. Look at this is a type O. But oh, they do have the RH antigen, so they're type O plus, right? So, in all honesty, type O minus is actually the universal donor because there's nothing present, right? But notice something. This is extremely important when it comes to pregnancy, all right? When it comes to pregnancy. And they'll test you they'll take your blood type and they'll test you for this. Because if you have it, okay, I am RH minus. That is just, I actually don't know the first part of my blood type, but I know I'm a minus. Because every time when I have a baby, okay, what they have to do is give me something called RhoGAM. This is what it does, okay? If I did not have RhoGAM and the baby that my body is made up, they have red blood cells in them, okay, that have the RhoGAM antigen, okay? The moment that I would have that baby, there's some blood to be passed for that first baby, my body will immediately recognize that Rh positive from that baby. Okay, so it doesn't hurt the first baby, it hurts the second. But my body would immediately notice these positives. And immediately my body would create antibodies to kill any red blood cell that comes in after that has a positive. Well, say my body makes a second baby. Okay, I've had 5, I love them. Okay, say my body makes a second baby. Okay, and in the very beginning of life, right, it is a plus. Immediately, my body, my antibodies will see that, and they will kill the baby. They will kill it, okay? So it's very important that I take Rogan immediately after giving birth, okay? Because immediately after I give birth, because what it does is it does not allow the antibody production. So then there could be no protection, so then every time a new baby is made, the antibodies don't know yet. Okay, if that makes sense, okay? Some of you know, yada, that's what this is about. They're looking for this antibody, because if it's there, your body will it will kill it. It will kill the baby because it won't understand it. Oh, we made it. We made it through blood typing. Good job, I'm proud of you. I'll pull up the assignment later, Nari, now. You can go home. Have a